takes a minute, I guess.
Meeting is now live streamed on YouTube. All right.
Wow,
Well,
you're ahead of me. It said setting up. It's still.
no, mine. It's telling me it's live on YouTube now.
Oh
Give me the
wow,
link and everything.
bam! Now, yeah,
Cool.
now we're live.
All right. Well, through the fingers podcast. We gotta start like
I'm gonna give
marking
me a second.
down how many times we've been doing this here. This number 5 or 6?
I'm trying to remember.
Okay. Well, anyways, we'll say we just got to do what Artem and Travis do and say it's the third
Five. This is five.
time. All right, through the fingers 5. As you can see, the title says Devon, Levan, Matt, Derek talk. So us three
Bam,
today
we're good.
are pretty much just going to be going over not more or less our predictions because it's pretty early for that. Like we could kind of sort of talk about Derek and
I'll
Matt and
still give
I
mine
guess.
anyway, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just more or less like how we feel about the match, things we could see happening, why it's so exciting for the sport, and what comes in the future. I guess in a sense as well. So yeah, start off. You guys want to talk about Devin Levon or Matt Derek first?
Well, I think Matt and Derek maybe. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right, let's talk about
Like,
the hometown hero, Matt Mass.
yeah. I've been looking and seen a lot of guys saying Derek, 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 and because he beat Tim Bresnan and Matt lost Tim Bresnan,
The arm wrestling math, though, you gotta be
but
careful, right?
even then, everyone knows how I feel about the match between Matt and Tim. Was
Yeah,
I think Matt was stronger and more dominant that day, but I think that the rules kind of went against him that day. They're rules, but you know what I mean?
a lot of goes that he was not happy with that he was forced to pull through.
Oh, he was getting through. He even got some pin and got fouls when I mean, I don't know. It was
yeah. I think PAL is too strict.
yeah.
I think it's what that all boils down to.
For super
Like,
matches. Like I like it on a tournament setup, the way that they do it, but when you start doing super matches, you can't it just doesn't work the same. It leaves a sour taste in people's mouths, especially when the
yeah,
guy that should have lost in my mind won. I don't know. I don't like it.
I think the big takeaway from that was like when Matt wasn't losing on fouls, like Matt was the stronger
Well, yeah,
personnel.
he was going through them easier than Derek was going through them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and
That's
so
why, yeah.
I think it's a fun match just for the North Americans.
Yeah. Get a
Like I
feel
think,
for
yeah, I think if you're a European and you look at this match, you're kind of just like, huh.
Yeah.
But Matt's so exciting, right? That's the big thing. Like people are gonna watch for that entertainment factor.
I wish
Um,
Derek was more exciting. I don't mind Derek as a person, but
See, here's the thing. Like to me,
uh,
he gets like fired up for himself, but he
kind of
doesn't
weirdly, yeah.
express.
Yeah.
Like inside, he might be like, "Oh, I'm crazy. I'm insane."
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
like, you
You
know what
give
I mean?
the eyes,
ex-
yeah, but
Whereas Matt's like, "Oh, I'm crazy. I'm
yeah.
insane."
Yeah, like
Right?
I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
Well, that's good.
If Derek could bring out a little bit of that, he'd be way better off. Yeah. Like, you
But
need
I'm
fight.
curious on the build up for that one as well because like I'm flying there with Matt, right? So
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be cool to kind of see like I want to see them interact at first because I saw them interact in Vegas, but like there was no match really at the time between them at all or anything.
Did Matt compete in the tournament in Vegas?
No, Matt just pulled his super
I
match.
know Derek. I think Derek won it, right?
So if I recall, when Matt smacked the table
Yeah, I heard.
because those elbow pads were so bad, he actually hurt his hand,
Yeah, yeah.
and
There's
then
not much
he
give.
yeah. Well, no, the elbow pads are like concrete, dude.
Yeah, I know, and it's like, yeah, like you know how easy it is to just get a little bobble,
That's
or
the thing, right? It's like if you move your elbow across like a wooden table. It's
yeah,
like
it will hop.
skip, skip,
Yeah,
skip, skip, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, that was the one match I watched that I was just like angry when I was done watching it. 'Cause I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. I got a fun little thing we could talk about too.
mm,
So let's talk about it the way well, at least, the way we don't want it to go first. So Derek wins, Matt loses. What's next for both competitors? So we'll start with Derek. What do we think's next for Derek in that scenario?
That's a hard one. I,
Chafee.
You think?
Well, because he wants it anyway. And if Derek's gonna ever beat Chafee, and now it's probably the time.
Okay,
When
but if
Chafee-
Dave beats Vitali,
Yeah.
if Dave beats Vitali, are we still giving Derek Dave?
I wouldn't say.
I wouldn't say no. No, that might my opinion might change.
Yeah, this is going if Fatali beats Dave, it makes more
Because the
sense.
thing is, like,
But I
if
don't.
Dave somehow beats Vitali, Dave's like that guy again, almost, right? Like he's right there.
Mhm.
Fatali's doing a lot with the Europeans right now. You know, he's becoming first in a lot of the tournaments that they're throwing. So
Dude,
if
yeah.
I'm even, it's showing that he's at least at that level.
Well, he's training now too. He was injured. He was slightly injured when he pulled Dave.
Still wrecked, but he's getting better.
Yeah, and he wasn't. He was like 80, 75%. And I mean, this East versus West and all his pulling recently, I don't think Vitali, and he's not going to pull. He knows what he did wrong.
Yeah.
Like if Vitali
Dude, I
comes in
still
and does the
got
same
Dave.
thing,
I still got Dave.
I know you do, but
Got
I
Dave
just
still?
can't see it. I can't see
Yeah.
it. I can't see it.
Oh,
I mean, I like Dave. I want him to win. Don't get me wrong.
Sean's in the chat. Let's all say hi to Sean.
Oh, hey, Sean.
Sean, who do you got, Matt or Derek Smith?
So there,
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could see if Vitaly smokes Dave, like everyone thinks is gonna happen, then I could see it. But I think if Dave beats Vitaly, then I can't give Derek that match.
No, but then we have to think maybe a rematch with Austin Yeagers
For uh for
guys in prison.
Derek,
for Derek. Yeah, that's what we were talking.
Is Austin gonna be out anytime soon?
I don't think so.
I know, yeah, but okay. Well,
I mean,
yeah,
that's a whole nother subject
yeah,
that I don't really want to touch
yeah.
because
I guess I'm opening up other things here.
I
Yeah,
don't know the details enough,
yeah,
right? And it's not
yeah.
really my place to say. But I
Mhm.
mean, if that match could be set up, I think
Who
that
did who did Matt pull at East versus West final qualifier?
Jerome Loud.
Jerome Loud, the guy who just beat
Yeah,
Chance, right?
yeah.
If Matt goes through Derek, like goes through him, just beep, maybe Jerome Loud. So I'm trying to think
He's a good puller. That
who in
guy.
North America is near that level, right?
I could see Jerome Loud pulling Derek if Matt
Yeah,
beats him. Yeah.
yeah. That could be a really good. Yeah, you know what? He's so quiet. He needs to start pumping himself up because that guy's a really good puller, man.
Yeah,
He's a
Jerome's good,
puller,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's I was watching a Travis Bajan thing and he was saying that like Jerome has like a mean hand on him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He did pretty good, but I mean, Matt, of course, steamrolled, but I mean, he still did really good. He made it to that final match, right?
Yeah.
He stopped Matt on one of the rounds. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah, but he
It was-
elbow fouled, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I could probably stop Matt if I lifted my elbow 5 inches. No, I'm just kidding. But he was like,
Yeah.
it was like red, like because he wanted to hook really bad, so he was like ready go, and he like shot like this, and then Matt kind of stopped pulling from what the intel I've gathered from that match, anyways. But
Yeah. Yeah.
that'd be fun.
No, I agree. Okay, I might have to do that 5-minute run in a minute. So you guys just talk up.
Yeah, no worries, all good.
You'll just see me get up and run. So I'll run. Yeah. I'll come back out of breath. Can't
No
breathe.
worries.
But no, I would like to see that. I think Jerome Loud. Yeah, no, why not? I think he
Yeah.
does. I think he's more deserving of. I haven't even like don't know why he's not doing more super matches. Like I thought he
yeah.
was impressive in that
match.
qualifier too.
Well, I mean, beating Chance is no like
No joke. Yeah,
right. That's the thing.
I'd like that. You know what? I'd like for Caleb to get another opportunity because that was like I just watched that again the other day. Two of the Caleb didn't even get pinned 2 of the rounds. It was like that far away from the pin pad.
I was there with
they were
my
calling it
eyes.
a win.
Early call.
I don't know. Like from what I see on the videotape, Caleb stopped Chance twice and it got ruled a pin. And I was like, what the fuck is that shit?
That was left-handed though.
Yeah,
That was
but Caleb stopped him. And you know when Caleb gets that stop in, he'll get his hooks in. He could I don't know. I still think he kind of got like robbed a bit. Even Chance, I was watching the video, he's like, I don't know, I didn't even pin him. They stopped it. He goes,
Yeah.
he stopped me and they called it a win. Chance said it himself.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck? I think Caleb, we're gonna get him some matches this summer.
He's got to
When
put himself out there more, man.
oh
He's
yeah,
another
but I'm
guy.
gonna
He's
help him.
like Jerome Love.
I'm gonna help him this summer. I'm gonna get him a match.
Good.
Yeah, I love it when Caleb. I get hyped when Caleb pulls. Like,
Yeah, dude. Caleb is entertaining. He's a nice guy. He's fun. He's super strong. Like
yeah,
he fits the criteria well. He just needs to put himself out there more. Is the only thing.
yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
Like, is he going to the East versus West qualifier?
I really hope he does.
It would be a crying shame if he didn't.
I know, because you know what, his right and left are like, he says, oh, his left, his right is crazy too. Both of them.
Telling
Yeah.
you, oh, he's looking like,
He's looking like the.
including Matt and Devon, he's looking like number 3 in Canada on left arm.
I think so. I think he is up there. I
Who
really.
What
could
about
be
SB?
in? That's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
I'd like to see him against SB now, though. That's
That
a
might
match for Caleb now. I'm telling you on the left. It is. He has
Yeah.
the stopping power to stop SB's hit, and then I think he smokes SB. But that's
just
my
the
opinion.
power he has, man, is insane.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's just a freak.
He's a freak. Yeah. Okay. See ya.
So is Dwayne.
Oh, he's going for this run. No, we got Sean back in chat. He's saying yes.
Yeah. Yes, he is. I'm assuming he's talking about Caleb being a freak there. But
Yeah.
Brian was sprinted off screen. But yeah. Anyways, I don't even remember what topic we were on. Oh yeah. What comes next for Matt if he wins, you think? Like obviously he's got his future endeavors, like he's with King of the Table in East versus West, but just kind of depends who they put him with.
Yeah, I'm thinking if nothing else, like I'd say another North American, because he's going to be getting a lot of Europeans over at King of the Table and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. I think the big thing for me that I want to see from Matt next is if he wins this, then it's kind of like, for me at least, the way I feel is he's on a streak now. And he's been pulling guys significantly heavier than him.
Wagner.
Yeah, Wagner, Derek, right? And so I think it would be cool for him to maybe get a shot at a higher ranking at the East versus West world level.
He's what, ranked 10?
I'd have to pull it up. I'd have to take a look.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly which rank he is. There's a lot of heavy hitters in that freaking in that weight class, man. It's a really competitive weight class.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. But I mean, I feel like he's earned it at this point.
Oh, 100%. I think he's been quite active,
Yeah, I'm gonna try and just pull up the
for sure.
rankings while I'm here. But so Matt is considered light heavyweight, I believe, or oh no, sorry, heavyweight.
Heavy, yeah, not super, but heavy.
I don't know if these rankings are updated fully because Todd Hutchings is still ranked 1 on this.
Okay, so
they have Devon as 1, Prudnick is 2, Ivan Matushenko is 3, Reno Masic is 4, Sanders is 5, Lachlan 6, Pablo 7, Frank Lamparelli 8, Matt 9, and Brad Grundy 10.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a stacked class, eh?
Yeah, it's very stacked. A lot of people that are very, very active at the Worlds, very active competitions. So
I bet you Matt would want it back with Sanders, though.
Man, that'd be a great match.
I think so too, and I think it's one people would want to watch again.
And if he wins, it leads up to an eventual third match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have 2 matches and one each wins, you have to have a third. But if you have 2 matches and the same guy wins twice, it's kind of settled usually, right?
Yeah, because really, too, if Matt wins and like let's say Matt pulls Sanders again and beats him convincingly, or beats him, in a good match, whatnot, you could eventually even set up another rematch for Matt, like Matt going on a vengeance tour and then pulling Prudnick again.
Yeah.
And then let's say Matt beats Prudnick, then you can set up Matt versus Devon for the number one. I mean, no, I don't think they'd. I don't know. I don't know if
But
they'd pull each other again. They're pretty buddy buddy, and I like it's kind of one thing I really like. Kind of a side note, but I feel like when it was WAL, it was like North America versus North America, or like
yeah,
like Canada, US. They were kind of the divisions. But
100%.
since East versus West came around, it's more global. It's really like everyone on this side of the globe is like
Really
part.
more so
Yeah.
much.
And it's like we're Team West, like we're together. Whereas WL is like, it was more of a rivalry closer to home, which is cool in a sense. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Matt and Derek's awesome, and I like the Canada versus USA in the rivalry. But I do enjoy the everyone that kind of we know or see like all being on a team going against these European powerhouses.
Yeah, it's the same story a lot of the times too. If you have an Hermes or something, you know that there's only a couple guys caliber that's going to be there on the north. So of course he's going to steamroll through 80% of the guys, 90% of the guys, right?
Yeah.
That 10% you'll have good matches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
for sure.
just another side note, how do you feel about the whole West becoming the Europe kind of becoming the West now?
I mean, I think from a business standpoint, it's super smart because I think it's been quite obvious. Well, Matt was the only West winner at East versus West 11.
Yeah.
East versus West 10. Devon won. There's a few more West wins, but it's been East predominantly.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just think it makes sense, really. Like, I think it was well thought through and whatnot. Uh, yeah, like I said, I think a business standpoint it's good, and I think it just sets up more matches in a sense. I think it really opens doors for Engen to look at more possibilities.
I think it helps them retain the East versus West kind of
Feel
image.
and
East
yeah,
is right now
yeah,
it's become. I mean, even the last there was what 6 East versus East matches.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. That's fair. So
it's or East and West, not East versus West at that point.
yeah, East and West.
East
Yeah,
and West.
but I think the other thing too is it's nice to keep that East versus West name because that's what makes East versus West so different from King of the Table. Other
Yeah,
than the fact that it's not in Turkey, it's in Dubai. I think King of the Table is like fan favorites. There's
exactly.
still title matches and stuff, but it's like the fan favorites. And I think East versus West is where you go and grind it out to get your ranking.
Yeah, 100%. It's more like a celebrity, you know, like
Yeah.
of course with the Auden matching up and stuff. He's not a world champion and all that, but doesn't need to be. He has
And
a
it's a
huge
match people want to see, right? And that's the big thing.
thing in a match people want to see. Exactly.
Yeah. And I totally like understand King of the Table's perspective on doing that.
I think
Yeah,
good.
Hello. And at the same time, like King of the Table still is doing like their main events are still high caliber. It's not like we're not trying to say it's like no high caliber matches or nothing at King of the
No,
Table.
there's tons of high caliber matches for
But
sure.
I feel like King of the Table is they're kind of like almost watching like what East versus West does, and then maybe behind the scenes checking the comments. Oh, people really want to see this match, but we couldn't do this at East versus West because it's East versus West. Like Matt and Derek, right? Things like that.
Yeah, matches where people want to see it, but yeah, it doesn't fall into the
Criteria, I guess.
exactly. Yeah.
you guys, where did you guys carry over to? You didn't go over to Devon yet?
Nope. We
No,
just that here.
we got talking about. I'll summarize it quick. We talked about Matt winning. We talked about if Matt wins, who should he pull? I said I'd like to see Matt possibly pull someone higher than him for a ranking. So like someone in the heavyweight. I
North
brought up
American
Sanders
wise,
possibly. Pardon?
or world or North American?
World East
Oh,
versus West. And
yeah,
then I talked about possibly a rematch with Sanders because I think that'd be
yeah,
super fun.
I think so too.
And then I said as well, if Matt comes out with a win on that one, it would be fun as well because then you could even set up another rematch of giving Matt another shot at Prudnik.
It would work, but I think Sanders, he was talking about pulling at like 236 or 230. Like he's talking about going lighter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been hearing.
Well,
But
here I'll read you the rank quick for heavyweight. I don't know if you
okay.
read it, but Brad Grundy's 10, Matt's 9, Frank Laparelli's 8, Pablo 7, Lachlan is 6, Sanders is 5, Reno is 4, Ivan Machusenko is 3, Prudnik is 2, and Devon is 1.
You know, that was where it kind of went sour, you know, like Matt started off with Morozov and Prutnik, and I think at that time, you know, if it would have just if the matches were like set up kind of where he was feeling at the time, I think that a lot of those L's would be non-existent.
Dude, they sent the troops at Matt.
Oh, they did. That's what I know. Like he, you know, like they say, oh, he's on a losing streak. He's losing to the top 5 guys in the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Sean said Matt could drop down to 105 kg, no problem though.
no problem.
Well.
I pulls at 242 all the time, so yeah, it's not that. It's not that.
Yeah, so that'd be fun still.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's what it was. You were talking about 105. Yeah,
105 is light heavyweight, and so there we have Marcio at 10, Ibragim Segov at 9, Krasimir at 8. So Krasimir's 8.
Yeah, but see, and Matt should go against Krasny on that stage, because why didn't Matt get his ranking when he beat him at
I think Matt beat Krasny
like
too convincingly to give him
very convincing. I mean,
Oleg Petrenko is 7, John is 6, Iraklis 5, David Dekayan is 4. They have Prudnik ranked on this list as well as 3, and then they have Kurtagali as 2 and Hutchings as 1. But technically, David beat Hutchings.
Yeah,
everyone.
David is 1, Hutchings is 2, Ungerbayev is 3, and then Prudnik 4.
Who's 10? Because they're now. Oh no, sorry.
That's the right hand.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because the Hutchings wouldn't be on the left hand. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the left hand list is only like 4 or 5 people on that list anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
I still think Matt and Irakli is fun.
One day.
Yeah, it's explosive. Yeah, you know what? I think right now Matt's getting his confidence back, and that's really what it comes down to. And I think if it's just strategic and it doesn't, you know what I mean, he just goes with the flow on really kind of where he should be pulling. It's just gonna like be a winning year for him, and he will be right up there. I really do.
There's no point skipping steps, right?
No, because that's the problem, right? Like
to be put up against people that are top of the world right off the bat and for stuff, but
yeah, I'd almost like make a ladder planned out.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what most people do. And they go to the West, they start and kind of.
Oh, that's what I got a ladder, believe me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're all pretty agreement. We're all in agreement about the Matt and Derek kind of dilemma.
I just really think that even non-biased, I think that I don't know if Derek can handle Matt's explosiveness.
Yeah.
A lot of hand pressure. It's a lot of pressure in the hand that I don't want to say too much also. It's just a lot of, it's just a lot of, I don't know if Derek's ready for that yet.
I don't know. I can tell you that Matt's not like anybody's pulled.
No, exactly. Derek's IQ, it might be high, but when things are happening on the table, minute little things, Matt's up there, man. Matt's IQ on the table is just as high as about anyone else. Like people don't realize
it's so high. He sees all kinds of little stuff too. Like,
oh yeah, he's a genius on the table for
sure. I heard Brad Grundy there the other day said that Matt, when he had that match at Arm Wars or whatever, or it was Arm Wars. No, was it Arm Wars? No,
it was Arm Wars. Yeah,
left arm match. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't against Matt though. I'm trying to think who he pulled. Was it Matt? No, it was that guy that beat Froda. You know the guy that beat Froda? What's his name? He's got a match coming up too at, I think
his name starts with an M, doesn't it?
It's the stem cell guy. his son.
Oh, Robbie. You're talking Robbie?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah, okay, I was
said
thinking
that
someone else.
Matt seen every little thing, and if without Matt in his corner, you know what I mean. He said that he was able to make the right adjustments because Matt seen every little thing and was relaying it. Him and Devon relaying it to him, and he was that's the only reason that if he didn't have that, he wouldn't have won the match. He said
Yeah.
'cause couldn't figure it out. Yeah,
Well, and I think the word that we're kind of like trying to just sum up right now is just like
it's
underestimate.
Robbie
Yeah.
Karsten
He's a
did.
nice guy too. Yeah. I messaged
Yeah.
him. Yeah, good job, buddy.
He's pulling Coach Ray in Dubai, so
Yeah, that's what it is. Coach Ray. Yeah.
Awesome. That's gonna be a good match.
yeah.
I think
Coach
it
Ray's
will be
known
a good
for
match.
those grinders, getting
Oh,
a
yeah.
pin a few times and then just grinding it out deep.
Yeah.
I think Coach Ray is going to beat him in the long run, but we'll see. I think it's going to be a really good match.
Yeah, Coach Ray's
Fun.
endurance is up there, man. It's really
Well, yeah, he comes back like
his
loses
ability
3 and then
to
wins 4.
reel people back to center is really good. Really good.
It's a good table IQ with a lot of those guys, right?
Oh, for sure. They find the angle that they need and then they work it and they work it and they work it.
Yeah.
If they can, they're okay. They work that angle enough, they work it each time and then
Well, they find the stop, and then when they find the stop, then they work on the fatigue, right?
exactly.
And then
I
eventually,
love doing that, man.
I'm learning a little bit, as
Yeah.
long as I don't get fatigued first. Yeah.
That's the worst when you find the stop.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
I'd rather make it a sprint than a marathon.
Yeah, well, ideally, but sometimes you can tell early if it's going to be a sprint or not. Like usually the
Well,
first or two.
with a tournament, here's my thought process. Like with a tournament, you want to win as fast as possible.
Yeah. You got an energy gauge and it only goes down.
That's the thing, right? And you kind of just want to you want to be the fresher person going into the finals if you can get that far.
That's all you need sometimes.
Yeah. Once you get into the finals, it's a little bit different because it's just you versus someone else.
A side or you B side,
That's the thing.
Yeah. No, I agree.
A side or B side, you got a lot of factors like that. But with super matches, you're that's what I like about super matches, the depth that comes with it. Like
Yeah.
you
And
might
the
be stronger than
tragedy
me,
is
but do you have
planning.
more endurance? Like
I like the planning that goes into super matches. Like I like it. Like when I get an opponent, I sit there and I analyze, okay, I'm going to do this. And then if this don't work, I'm going to do this. And then I don't want to get into this. I know how, especially when you know the person you're pulling. Like I went well, you remember when I pulled Chris, Zach, me and you talked before the match. I had 100% game plan on everything that could happen. And if this fails, I'm going to do this. And you know what? It actually, because I took all those steps and I had that game plan and I had a plan B too and a plan C.
You knew his route, so it helped you.
Exactly. Yeah. And in a tournament, you can't really, I mean, even if you know the pullers, you're still like each round changes everything, right?
You learn a lot more about other people in a tournament. You learn a lot more about yourself in a super match, right?
Yeah.
As you're getting broken apart, especially if you're losing a super match, you're like, okay, well, clearly my rotational defense can't beat this guy. What else can I try to throw in there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or a tournament just, I'm flashed. I guess I'm done. Next guy coming up.
Yeah. You go back and really think about what you felt. And, you have to be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to have to change the pressure. And you know what I mean? Like in a tournament,
you only get one more chance.
Pulls 100% different. And you're just like, you just got to do your ace pretty much in the tournament, right?
Well, and the big thing is too, it's like, oh, okay, I was just in like a crazy match for 30 seconds. Oh, Dakota, table 2.
Yeah.
You're pulling this fresh guy who just got a bye because there was only 7 people.
That happens to me all the time. Yeah, that always happens to me. I get it where I just finished and they're like, Brian Parliament, table 1. I'm like, I didn't even
happen. When you get B-side, that'll happen often.
It does.
They'll just run you through everybody else who lost because you're the best of all the losers. So then you have to beat all them.
Yeah, that's what happens to me usually. Yeah, that's what happens to me a lot. Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
And then the A side guys just chilling in the corner having some water.
Nice
I like that. I like that feeling. Yeah. I've only had it once or twice. So
I get a little nervous though. I'm like, because you get antsy,
I usually get the biggest. Like I think I got last tournament. I got Josh Bell in second round. So I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? I tried.
No nerves. I mean,
I hit on him. It hurt me. It didn't hurt him at all. He just like, but
I think the biggest thing for me is like before the first match.
Yeah.
Like I'm really nervous going up to the table for the first match.
Yeah.
And you
And
get
then
that.
whatever happens, happens. That's why I like tournaments that do left hand first. Because like
Yes.
I like left hand and like I'm not one of them people that's like, oh, screw the left hand or anything. Like I think it's fun
Kind
to bowl
of.
with it.
Yeah, kind
But
of.
I'm predominantly right-handed, right? And so like even if I have 2, 3, 4 matches with the left arm and maybe they're not 100% peak, it gives me an idea of how the refs are saying go, what the refs are letting slide in the setup. Like, I'll
That's
use
a
a
good
good
way to look at it.
example. If you watch the footage of me in Toronto at Magda's AWC event, I got smoked left arm, like smoked.
That would mess
And
me up though.
it was literally because I missed the go twice. Because those refs,
They don't
like it
say
was just
ready, go,
different
they
than
just go
Alberta.
go.
Like they had their hands like on the knuckles still, and they were like rotate wrist, rotate wrist, rotate wrist, ready go. And I was like,
They're not like, yeah.
yeah, not like once you're set up, then they move their hands, then they're like ready go. They were like rotate wrist, ready go. And I was like, I got
I don't like how there's so many words that start with R and they're like rotate wrist, rotate wrist, rotate wrist, ready go. You don't know when the hell a rotate wrist is coming or a ready go's coming.
Well,
and
my favorite ref in the world likes to change it. He goes, first match will be like, ready, go, right? And then next match will be go. I'm like, you can't
Yeah,
fucking
I
change
don't
it
like that.
halfway
I
through the
asked
fucking
about that,
event,
but it's
man.
never,
It happens to me. I've had it happen twice. I'm like, what happened to ready?
Well, I know sometimes like if it's refs gripping the strap, they can just say go, but I just like it to all be unified. That way I'm
Yeah,
not.
because you're trying to set up a timing, right? And then it's
what
like,
happened to
Yeah, I
ready?
like it all to be the same.
I
I like it
said
all to
that.
be
I'm
the
like,
same.
yeah.
uh,
I don't know.
but
I mean, it is what it is. You have to be ready at all times to protect
You
yourself,
gotta do. Yeah.
right?
but
That's your job. So
I would have been so cheesed if they did right hand first in Toronto and I didn't learn how the refs pulled. And then I went up there. And it actually helped not just me, but it helped my dad a lot too. Because I literally came down and he said, what's wrong? He's like, I know you can do better against these guys.
mhm.
I said, I was not ready for the way they said go. And he was like, well, what do you mean? And I was like, be ready to go, even if they're still instructing you on rotating wrist or something like that. Like just be ready,
Gotta be ready.
110%
Yeah,
on your toes.
yeah.
Which, in all fairness, I should have been ready in that sense, but it's just something I didn't experience a ton. And then like from watching all the super matches online that I watch, and then the stuff that I see normally, you see them kind of like they get you square, and then they're like, "Don't move, ready, go," or like they get you square, and then they take their hands away, and then they're ready, go.
Well,
So it was just different for me. But I ended up like I pulled over 190 there, so it was like 190 to 230. So I was pulling some big dudes anyways. But I got like 2 or 3 wins, and I think I want to say like top six. I think I got sixth, which
I
I
think
was
I
quite
watched.
happy
I think
with
I
for that.
watched it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
watched.
yeah,
That was a
Yeah.
big pool of people too, though. I remember.
yeah. That was
Oh
where
yeah.
Sean beat Jeff Dade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First match of the day. Matt and Sergey had a really good match.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Um, I think Artem cleaned house that day.
Yeah, I think he won the overall too, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll
Dude,
say
I
Dakota.
hit Artem really good and
Yeah.
like, but
I was
I
gonna
just
say.
yeah. If I
You
could
surprised him, dude. You surprised him.
yeah, if I could get it back, I'd have done things a little differently. But the hit was good. It was what I did after the
Yeah.
hit. I wouldn't take the hit away. But I tried to kind of go forward and I should have really stayed backwards and either caused him to slip, but he just curled me in as soon
He's
as
got
I
a lot
let
of
off.
side pressure. He got a lot of side pressure too. You
Yeah,
want to
man,
be right back with him, right?
he's good. I was really honestly just happy to even
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
get to grip up with that guy in a tournament setting where I know I'm trying to beat him and he's trying to beat me because it's just like that's the level of like
Yeah.
where you need to be.
Yeah.
That's the competitive level, right? That's not him at practice. He's at a
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
feel
And
you
like
real
even
deal.
I'm gonna try to use your logic on the left because I have an opposite thing. I pull left because I suck so bad. It gets me down for when I pull right. You know what I mean? Because I get
but you
mentally
have
beat
to
on the left.
you have to mentally prepare yourself before the tournament and go, okay, I understand that this arm is
Sucks.
not even close to this arm.
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
But I can use this arm to gather intel for this arm. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going into every left-handed tournament thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna lose and gather intel." Like, I still want
Yeah.
to win.
Well, I want to win, but I know how bad my left is, and sometimes it breaks me down mentally. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you just
You
gotta
never say
remember.
that if you don't keep pulling, though.
True.
You
True.
gotta treat it like it's like it is. It's not
Yeah.
part of your right arm.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
nothing you do with your left arm correlates to
Mhm.
your right arm wrestling.
Yeah. I just don't know how, like in the gym, my left is like 2% weaker than my right. But in a match, it's like literally like 200% better my right than my left.
I think it's the connective tissues that we make being more dominant one-handed.
Yeah.
That's what really
Because I
helps you.
just started pulling left recently because of my injury. So maybe
Yeah.
I have to go through everything I went through on the right now with my left. Right? More than
Oh,
likely. Yeah.
the Jason Constantini and Jeff Dave match was released for free today.
Yeah, I
was waiting.
watched it. Yeah, I seen it.
I
Did you
see.
watch it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't got to watch it yet, but I know Jason won.
Yeah. Yeah. He
It's
won. Jeff was all about the hand, and then whenever Jay got him in a hook or his digs in, he was able to just power through and pin him.
Mm.
So yeah.
I'll have to watch it though. That sounds
You gotta
awesome.
eliminate that hand. You gotta make that hand not matter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did a good job of it. Yeah. It
Did
was a
he?
good
Did he?
match.
Oh,
I think oh no, well Jeff kept trying to go really high on him. And then
okay.
Jason did a good job of actually just sinking in this weird hook and then dragging him over. And then I think he lost on fouls one round to him. But I mean overall, Jason was, it looked like pretty dominant. Like it was a
Yeah.
decent match. Like it wasn't flash pins or nothing. I mean, they were close. But yeah, Jay pulled really good. I liked
Yeah.
it too because I didn't see that King's move so much. I'm kind of been repelled by the King's move lately. But mind you, his King's move not bad. At least his shoulder's not under the table. Like he's up when he does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just not exciting, not entertaining to watch it.
Not so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, y'all
Well,
have to check it out, Frick.
I think we should talk about Devon.
The
Yeah, I
Devon
was
was
just gonna say.
just
Yeah.
our general thoughts on it so far. How we feel they're warming up and training for it.
Did you see Levan do that 70 kg lift the other day?
It looked pretty easy though, but
Dude, I
Devon's
was
got a
like,
point
man.
though. Devon has a point because of Levon's body weight. He should be easily doing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devon, look at Levon. There's a difference, right? Like,
Here's
And
the
I
thing.
noticed him do other things like when Levan did the lift, he used a lot more leverage with his weight before his arm kind of took the weight, where Devon
Mhm.
kind of looked back and then let his arm lift it, almost statically lift it. But another thing was Devon had it further down his wrist, where
Mhm.
Levan had it right kind of over his hand.
Mhm.
So slightly different vectors, but not. Well, I don't think one's easier than the
Devon's
other.
still more. He always looks more stretched out though, so it looks harder always when Devon does it because it's like it's
Well,
just
Devon's
right at the
lever
end
is
of his lever,
long
right?
too, right?
I
Yeah,
think that's just where Devon's lock is.
Yeah.
exactly. Just
But
once you get that,
I think with the leaning back and the weight thing, I think with that lift, it doesn't matter how far you lean back
No, as
because
long as your arm's
technically,
at a 90 or close to a 90.
well, and technically, it's your arm holding all the weight. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if I'm leaning or not leaning. It's my
it's the
arm.
rotation. Yeah.
Yeah. Is my arm strong enough to hold that weight off the ground?
You
and
see
not
some
lean?
guys do it and they're up, and that's cheating, right?
Yeah, it's
Or,
like,
you
oh
know,
look, I can do 100 kg.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The point of that lift specifically is if your rotation can take it, because Levan could take a 200-pound dumbbell and curl it.
Yeah,
He's done it.
exactly. Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's
Yeah.
nice to have it on the pronator and be able to statically hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is fair. It doesn't really matter for you.
I think Levon would have to lift about 15% more than he should be able to do about 15% more.
Oh,
Than
the weight difference should be the difference, should it not? Pound for pound.
Yeah.
But I mean, Levan's frame is shorter than Devon's. It's wider,
Yeah.
but not by that much. It might look like it,
Yeah.
but
When you see the young pictures, if you look at the young pictures of
Yeah.
Levon, his frame doesn't look like it should be the way it is now at all. So
that's what I mean. So
yeah.
Here's the other thing to me though, is like if I'm Levon and I'm going out of my way to post a video of me doing Devon's lift, like I'm gonna go pretty close to my max. Like I feel like if Levon could do 80 kgs easy, he would have done 80 kgs.
I think so too. I think he wanted to make sure he could do it, so he went 70.
Yeah.
Didn't want to fail at it. And he
I-
could even, we don't know how many takes, how many other lifts did he do besides
Yeah,
that?
and I
Did he
mean,
warm up to it or?
Hermes did do that lift, a pronator lift last year that was I think 190 something pounds. So it's not like that's a big lift compared to
Oh,
Hermes. Like
Dennis was doing 70 kgs reps at
I was gonna
20.
say, yeah, I think Dennis even lifts more than that.
It was
So
stupid. It was
Yeah,
stupid.
Dennis was like crazy.
I've been watching that True Power channel, and it's yeah, his lifts are sick. I mean, even if they're a little different, he's doing reps like 20 reps with 70 kg on the pronator.
I can't wait for the next Dennis match. That's gonna be a. I
Listen,
can't. I want him to have a
all
match.
Dennis has to do is work on the offensive side rather than holding defensively, and he smokes. He's in the top 5, 100%, 100%, 100%. You know, like you know what? People think that Devon beat him easily. No, he didn't. Dennis, like just
Who thinks
holding and taking all
me?
that
Oh
pound.
my god!
That was sickening.
Everyone's
Like,
surging.
oh, come on. How many people could hold
Right.
that? How many
That
people?
was a
could hold
fun
that?
one to see live.
Oh, you were there. I know.
Yeah.
I know. I got to get over my fears of traveling, man, and just start doing shit, too.
Dude, you just gotta get on the plane.
I know.
We'll get a seat right beside each other. That was like the okay, get this. The one flight on our whole trip that Sean and I sit beside each other on the way back. You saw this on Facebook, Zach. But
Yeah,
we're sitting there and we're like starting to make our descent into Amsterdam. We were on our way home at this point. We were about to do 3 days in Amsterdam. And Sean goes, yeah, you know, I had a dream that our landing gear like failed. And I was like,
You
why
told
would
me that
you-
on the plane?
I was like, why would you say this?
Oh,
So then, get this. We're going down, and the like landing strip is like here, and the plane goes really hard into the landing and does a bounce, and then the pilot retakes off.
yeah, that would trip me out. Yeah.
And I like
Yeah.
looked at Sean, and I was like, dude,
Final destination shit.
I was like, we're gonna die. I was like, we're gonna die.
Did you have a
And
premonition?
then I was like freaking out a little bit. So I was like sitting there, and it was like one thing you can see, one thing you can touch, one thing you can smell, kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
And then
no.
Sean was like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "Dude, no." And then they went around and landed again, but it was like to the point where everyone on the plane clapped. Like that's how like sketched out some people were.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was intense. And then I like text my dad about it, and he was like, "That happens all the time, but don't be a little baby."
It does
I was like,
actually.
"Oh
Yeah.
my
They hop a bit on the landing. I think they're supposed to take back off again.
yeah."
You
Yeah.
you run
So
out
you
of
know, let's land
runway.
sideways and flip.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, jeez. New
But
fear.
no.
Oh man, I hope they find Matt a match. I'm all bummed out.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
For the next king of the table and whatnot.
Boom. Yeah.
East versus West 12.
East versus West 13.
Oh yeah. What's he?
Yeah,
How
Who do you
far
think he
away?
would
How
pull?
far away
Who
is
do
he
you think he
scheduled
would
though?
pull at East versus West 12 if he beats Derek?
Well, he's scheduled. No, didn't he have? There's not another match after Derek too.
No, not right now.
I thought. Yeah, no, it was Derek, and then yeah, I thought I heard of another one.
He's gonna have more. I just don't think they know who it is yet.
Just give him
Hopefully
a
it's-
Rackley. Give him a Rackley.
Yeah, I'd be down with watching him. Yeah, that'd be great.
I think that would be a mega match. That would be like one of the best matches ever.
I could see that being a king of the table match. Even I know that.
because the
I
Rapley
can
doesn't.
see that headlining King of the Table.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense in both promotions, honestly.
Yeah. Well, the thing is yeah, Rackley's not going to hook him, right? Like Matt needs to get set up with like top rollers, like not hookers. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I think he had like 3 of his like he got matched up with 3 hookers. Like, not saying he can't beat hookers. You know, you know what I mean? Hook pullers. Yeah, hookers. Matt's not into hookers. Come on.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Rackley can move a lot of weight though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rackley's got really impressive gym numbers.
I think his biceps are stronger than Levan's. I've seen him do bigger bicep lifts than Levan, I think.
Pound for pound,
Not
no.
to even talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Evelyn and
Back to
LeVon.
Devon. It was supposed to be, Devon. I know. I get sidetracked too easy. Sorry, guys.
I see them both training pretty good. Devon said he lifted 152 the day after LeVon posted that 154. So there really isn't. They're basically at the same weight.
No, it's not that far off. And the big
Yeah.
thing I think is, like you guys are saying, I think Devon's at that point where Levon's gonna need to punch out some like
Big numbers to make a
crazy
difference.
numbers. Yeah.
Because whatever gap there was off the table for arm wrestling specific movements is a lot smaller now, and whatever gap there was on the table is definitely a lot smaller than it was. Obviously, the I'm guessing the table gap was pretty big in the last one, as you can see from everything that happened, and him tearing his bicep muscle literally in part and stuff. It's a big difference now because Devon commits his frame a lot more now.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
surprised, you know what, there wasn't enough emphasis on all that. Like, like everybody knows now that Devon's bicep got ripped in the second round against Levan, right? But I mean, at the time, it was like it should have been like a major conversation. It was like got really kind of not talked about, really. It was more like
because
Levan just whooped him.
at first people thought he tore his tendon, but then they were like, no, there's no tendon problem. That's it's just a muscle problem. They
But
made
it
it
was
seem
all black and blue, and he's got a
it
big
was
hole in
pretty
his
bad.
bicep now.
It
I
was
mean,
they made it seem not so bad, but
and then they
yeah,
didn't like the first round. Like I was watching it again yesterday, and I kept slowing it down.
It
I'm
wasn't a
still
pin.
no. I was just gonna say they didn't pin
No.
him.
I
They-
that's I
What if?
the whole bicep rip thing, like I understand or whatever,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like I genuinely think that Devon got to stop there.
yeah.
he did. No, he
He
did.
did.
It went back.
Yeah, but what would have happened if they didn't call it and Devin was able to hold on and bleed him for a minute or two?
Oh, different match.
It could have been a
Dif-
different match.
No,
Yeah, yeah. Like
100%. If he busts that wrist back, even if Levan flops and presses him down, like Levan did look way stronger and
he
he
did.
did
Oh
still
yeah.
manage to
Like
tear his
I
bicep.
know.
But I think
Yeah.
if that wrist goes and Devin gets like even a 10-second hold, that setup at the top looks a lot different because Devin feels a lot more like he feels like he has a lot more there.
They gotta
I will
watch these stops, early stops. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I will say this though: although his endurance at the end of the Hermes match didn't look so good, during the match it looked pretty good. Like I mean,
Devin
except for the last couple
or
rounds, but the
Levan?
first 3 rounds,
Oh,
Levon
Levan.
Hermes, the first 3 rounds, Levon looked good.
Yeah.
Oh, oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that fourth round was
Listen, Levon won. He won 4 rounds. He won. And the
you
thing
know
is, in the past, I've seen John Brzenk, other people agree not to pull the last couple rounds.
it's 4-2. He
It's
lost the last round. It's
but
4-2.
but he should have. I mean, in a way, the only
Just
reason
go up and let your hand get pinned. Just go up and
the-
just literally take.
yeah,
take
the only reason it was cheesy is because Levon swore that he would never lose a round.
well, he
Oh, yeah,
lost 2 rounds right there.
but he
So.
did, but he didn't though, because he can say, nope, I did not. I said I'd never get pinned. No one's pinned me. That was why it was kind of, you know what I mean? That's why people were
Yeah,
upset.
but since that he hasn't brought that up ever again since that. So I think people kind of took that as no, you got pinned. You lost those 2 rounds. Yeah, I haven't heard him say that since.
Yeah, because I don't see him ever. Yeah, he wouldn't have won that, right?
No.
So I don't think. I mean, he would have won, but I don't think he would have.
He wouldn't have got 6-0. It would have been
He
4-2.
killed the
Hermes,
gas tank. Yeah, he killed the gas tank, right?
he definitely did.
Yeah,
And then Devin manhandled Hermes. Hermes like
he did.
2
But I
matches
mean,
after that. Crazy.
Hermes couldn't do shit with the setup, right? Devin
No.
won every setup. Every setup he won.
Yeah.
And that's what I got to do. I got to start fighting for what's mine. I got to start fighting on the setup.
Well, you got to be careful though. The more you fight in the setup, the more you blow yourself up.
Well,
Devin has a condition that makes him not blow up like
Mhm.
genetically.
yeah,
Not like
the
a
lactic
mental
thing.
thing or a training thing. It's a genetic thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you start fighting real hard in the setup, your hand's gonna blow up.
But
Be less-
maybe not fight so much, but use this a little more.
Yeah,
know?
maybe just side pressure, just more center table side, because
Yeah,
that won't
yeah.
do that. But all this stuff, fighting
Yeah.
that too much will blow you up.
Because my very first match I ever had, arm wrestling, I got a ref script on my first match in Drayton Valley because it was just ugly setup. So I just refused to grip up. I was just like, I'm not gripping that. I'm not gripping. And then they gave me a ref script. And
Guys
then
get deep on you.
yeah, he kept like just constant. I just said, yeah, and I just said, no, I'm not doing shit with that. Yeah, you either give me a good grip or I'm not even bother. So
Sean said Levan considers it a loss.
oh, okay.
So now we know.
Okay, yeah.
John's our guy.
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily saying what Levon thought. I was just saying what the consensus was, right? Like afterwards. I'm sure Levon, yeah, like he seems like a really good person and he loves Devon. Like he said that he was one of Devon's biggest fans, right? Like, you know. Yeah, I think Levon's a really good person. But I mean, I was just talking about the arm wrestling community afterwards. It was kind of like, yeah.
Fair. Yeah. So
So
where do they go from there if Levan wins and Devon loses?
I think it's the outcome's the same for Devon. I
Yeah.
think if Levan wins, I think Devon just goes lighter and does that. And I think if Devon beats Levan, there's nothing else that will intrigue him at that weight. I think he'll
yeah,
still go lighter.
yeah. I'm a side that I think if Devon beats Levan, I think he can really think about sunsetting his career. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's
he's
what
done
I'm saying.
he's done
Yeah.
everything. Done,
Yeah.
there's nothing left
He'll
to
get
do.
light and healthy and pull lighter people and
He
then
was
do
sick. He
seminars.
left the sport. He
Mhm.
came back with this crazy comeback. You know,
Yeah.
bumps along the way, but if he does come back and beat him, I think he's really like solidified his career to the max at that point. Well, what else could he do besides just go and win tournaments until he retires? The John Verzink style, where John just won tournaments for when he was younger for
Devon's
years.
not gonna do that.
That's what I mean. That's about all you can do at
No,
that. He's done
because
it.
No, and he'll make money because he'll go down to 105 or 115 or whatever, and he'll be healthier. He
He
won't
can
have
have
to
fun
go
at that
food.
weight. Don't worry about necessarily being the world
Yeah.
champion all the time. He can just
He'll be
pull.
he'll be number one in his weight class. He'll try to keep for a while. But I mean,
Yeah,
as far as going for that Mount Everest, I even think if he loses, I think he does the same thing. To tell you the truth, I don't think he'll make another run. I think he'll say, you know what? Okay, I'm going to get lighter and I'm going to be the best in the world at a lower weight.
do
That's
you
just my
think
just
GOAT
thinking-
status is on the line?
With
I
the
don't think
stem
so.
cell is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's got all these stem cells. If he's still feeling that fresh, maybe he'll do one more year. Maybe like, screw it, I'm on these cells. I feel so good. I'll keep, like he did last time. He wasn't planning on facing Levan again. He said he was no, but he just got the stem cells, kept loving arm wrestling, kept doing the sport. Maybe that happens again. He's
He's
not
got
that
no
old.
choice
He's
but to
only
go against Levan
48,
now.
49. He's not, he's not in his 60s or anything.
No, John's 58 or 59, and he's just starting to, come down a little bit now, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Devon's got a lot of polling, a lot of money to make. He's going to be influential for another 10, 15 years, and probably forever in history. I think he made history, right?
Yeah.
Sean says, oh, sorry to interrupt. Sean says, win
no.
or lose, Devon will probably go down to 105 and go.
I
for that
agree.
belt.
I agree.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, he said he wanted to because he believes undisputed that even right now, if he went down, he'd be number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with his lever, with his size, he's done it before when he was a lot younger. So
Yeah.
I was going to say, Vaughn seems to have more of a kind of
He's got more at risk, really, because of his age.
more risk,
because
kind of more of a story to be told if he like after this match. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
This
how
would
long
be
can he maintain
Levan's
400 pounds? How long can he maintain 400 pounds in that type of
Well, my
life
question is,
in a health way?
is his plan to do one super match a year? Because that's you can't do that. Like that's not going to be enough. You know what I mean? That's not.
No.
You can't stay relevant in the sport if you're only doing one match a year. It's not.
Devon set a standard now. Devon set a standard for the entertainment value of being like, I'm showing up and I'm pulling these matches.
Yes.
Like, didn't he have 2 in December? Or like,
Yeah,
that's what I mean. It seems like Levan, he's going to have to, if he wins this, he's going to have to start doing a lot more matches, doing something, maybe doing a lot more left-hand matches, but he can't just do one match a year. Like, it's not good for him. It's not good for the sport. It's not good for that.
I think it will change once he gets beaten. Honestly, he's protecting. He's kind of protecting a little bit right now. Yeah.
Well, if Devon beats him and Devon does go down to the 105 and he's done with the super heavy, who becomes the interim? Do Hermes and Levan have another match at it? Does Laletin and Hermes go and then the winner of that go against Levan?
I think Gennadi's going to make her come back, and I think give him a year or 18 months, and I think Gennadi's going to be a talk again too, because he's more versatile than a lot of the pullers in that weight class.
Gennadi's and he's for his age, he's basically one of the best.
Yeah.
I mean,
he can hook, press, top roll. He can do everything. There's
his endurance is, as we saw,
it's
the guy doesn't really lose power.
It's Devon's endurance in every position.
Yeah. And he's explosive even when he's burnt. Like even when he's been pulling for 15 minutes, he's still super explosive. Like Gennady would be a great match. I mean, Gennady once pinned Levan.
Mm-hmm.
So
he beat Levan for years until Levan started beating him. Yeah,
true.
That's how that works, eh?
yeah. That's what I'm telling everybody. You're beating me now.
I think
I mean, there's lots of promise up in that division, I think.
yeah. Oh, 100%. I think a big thing that we're gonna see after this match, like, well, not really. Oh, hold on. Sean said maybe defend the 115 kg title on the way down for Devon. And
Yep.
then Sean said Gennady versus Michael. See whose bicep.
Michael, I don't think has the courage right now to go against somebody of that caliber. He's got to get a couple matches and build his confidence. With his arm.
I think Michael's
Kinda
gonna
know
go to
what
the
he's-
county fair a few times first.
Go finish his loop of 100 tournament wins, and then
Listen,
he get to 7. He
dude.
got to 7 before he blew his bicep.
If he hops back on that train, no one is gonna take him seriously.
no,
Fair.
I'm going to say something. You know
Goofy to
what?
start. It was goofy to start.
I wish Michael the best, but being somebody that follows him, like follows everything so much, I think it's going to be hard for him mentally. And the reason I say is that now his elbow's all cleaned, all his locks that he had, those bone locks and stuff, I don't think they're there. And I think he's going to find himself having to pull more conventional. And he's not going to have, especially 100. What did he put $100,000 into his arm now in rehab and this and that?
Well, he said that for stem cells and stuff, but like,
yeah,
you know,
At retail,
I'm just saying mentally, is he going to be able to put
Retail.
himself in those
Yeah.
arm? You remember before he had the lock and he used to do this shit? Is
yeah,
he back in those arm break positions again? And
he doesn't. I don't think. Think about this. When Michael was perfectly healthy at King of the Table 1, round 5, dove in hard into the hook with Devon. Literally didn't move Devon. Devon went like this.
No,
Didn't move.
no, didn't move.
He's not going to be able to beat Gennady. There's no way he's going to be able to go near the inside with Gennady. And with the surgery, his
I think
outside
he's got to he's going to have to take it slower and redefine himself. And he's got to do lower level guys. Like he should be pulling Derek Smith. He should be pulling. Yeah, but he shouldn't be pulling like his first match back. Who is he going to pull that they just canceled? Lars Robakin.
Lars is coming back too.
But not Lars to start after your arm just got repaired. That guy's a beast, and he's got endurance for days too. It's like,
well, look at Zurab. Zurab is jumped into a match or jumped into a right arm match.
No, a right arm. No, that left arm.
It was a left arm. Okay. I thought that was a right arm. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense.
No, Zurab's
I thought it was crazy. I was
Zurab's building is right up again, but he didn't. Okay. Yeah, he didn't jump into nothing crazy. Like
I thought that was a right arm match. I'm like, dude, Zurab's going right back into it.
Yeah, I know it was left. Yeah.
Sean explained it really good Sean explained it really good to me, and he was like when Devon first came back from his surgery and stuff, he had a really long time and a lot of trust build that needed to happen. But the thing is, like, nothing against Michael Todd, and I don't mean this
I'm
in a
not trying to
disrespectful way, but like Devon's way more confident in himself than Michael Todd is.
Oh yeah.
Like Michael Todd is like a roller coaster with confidence. He'll have it and then it'll drop right off.
Oh yeah. Sean said
then it'll drop right off.
Yeah. It took Devon at least 2 years after surgery before his elbow started getting stable again. Yeah, that's where I was going. Like it took him a while to get his elbow stability.
And even then he's just it even took longer mentally to start going inside again because he relied on that donator. And
you guys remember the videos he was doing 3-4 years ago when he wasn't arm wrestling, but he was coming to random practices with like Juji Bufu and stuff.
Doing
old man stuff. It wasn't arm wrestling, he was just kind of doing it for fun.
Like delusional Michael Todd.
Yeah. Oh no, Devon.
Devon. I thought you were talking about Michael Todd right now. My bad.
No, but then Michael Todd and Devon had that random pull. Devon was wearing like a gray wig in that garage with red shirt. Yeah, and Michael was able just to kind of control him everywhere.
Yeah, he was beating him everywhere. Yeah,
it goes to show, that.
Well, you know what? Credit to Michael Todd too, though, because he's also the one when he gave Devon that match at King of the Table. I mean, Devon was depressed. He was going through some stuff in his mind and life.
I was number one in the world at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, and Michael Todd gave him that match, and that like totally rejuvenated Devon. Like everything changed after. Like that was, and he didn't have to put his shit on the line against Devon that day. And I give him a lot of credit. He took a big risk, and now that launched Devon after King of the Table 1. That launched him.
You got to think though. At that time, Michael Todd probably made more money on that one match through sponsorships and stuff than he made.
There's money too. Yeah, I forget about money. I forget.
That's what I mean. That was the big thing coming back to arm wrestling. That was like the biggest thing happening in arm wrestling when it happened, right? That was like, there's actually a promotion
COVID
back.
times too, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. There's a promotion back. This is awesome. So I think it was a money.
I think in a few years, if WAL comes back
They're
and
coming back this year, I heard.
they
I
keep
mean,
their rules and stuff the same that they had them, I could see like a possible Michael Todd thriving there.
yeah,
I
Just
could see
because,
that
building up again. Yeah, and
and I
in the
also
North
think
American climate.
yeah,
I think that with the East versus West and King of the Table, like I don't think they're going anywhere.
no,
They're
I don't
safe
see them
spot.
going anywhere. So I don't think WAL will be as competitive.
I think what you know what I think WAL will do? It will bring up the guys right now that have gotten into arm wrestling since the beginning of COVID that have got pumped up watching. If it wasn't for WAL, I wouldn't even have liked arm wrestling. That's what I watch. That's how I seen Matt, Devon, everybody. What
Yeah.
I think it will do is you'll have your elite guys under contract with King of the Table and East versus West. But what's going to happen is you got all these guys like that Nick Stone and all these other big guys that are coming up in the States. They're all big names that are going to eventually be at the top. You're going to see WL clean house and sign up
Yeah,
all the guys coming up.
Yeah.
And then give WL 2 to 3 years and watch the caliber they have. Right? Like I'm telling you, I think WL will be big, and I just think it will be like when they come out, they'll have to grow back into it, but they'll take up all the talent that isn't signed. And these are all your guys that have been pulling 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years that aren't at that East versus West level yet, but they're going to be. They're the ones that are in 10 years will be the main names that we're not taught that we'll be talking about.
Yeah.
And WL will have them all secured. And the entertainment value will be through the roof because we all love
WL.
WAL. We all love watching it. Come
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
I
They're
actually think it's a good
entertainment
thing.
value first.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any effect on the WL. If anything, I think it's a good way to start out for them because they'll have all the up and coming talent locked in.
Yeah.
So
And I
that's my
think
take.
Yeah, you're right.
I think on a side note, that's exciting for the up and coming pullers too. Because
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
gotta have an outlet.
really, if you want to make a name for yourself right now, you have to beat somebody big. You have to be an entertaining body,
Yeah,
or you have to be around it, right? And I think
that's a platform that will do it for the pullers. That will
yeah,
give them that
right,
stage. Yeah,
right.
exactly. And WL likes to hype and promote their arm wrestlers as well.
They
So
do.
the viewing audience, you could be a nobody today, go win a WL qualifier, get in there, and next thing you know, you got millions of people seeing your, you know what I mean? So I mean,
And I mean,
good.
there's something I'll just bring it up quick that WL did that no one else, even Arm Wars kind of does it, but WL, if you remember, it's been a few years, but they would go and they'd film people like behind the scenes of their life and get a little bit of a background on them and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen that done any other promotion, so it's not WL did have a few
Igor
things.
Mazurenko did it. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
did he? Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
Mazurenko did it.
WAL
Oh, you're
had
right.
that,
Yeah, you're right. He did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I remember now.
WAL had that ESPN TV factor though.
Exactly.
Yep, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were actually on TSN.
Yeah.
TSN or ESPN?
ESPN. It was
Was
ESPN.
it ESPN?
Yeah, it was ESPN.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, because remember Devon and Ian got to pull Shaq and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's what we need. We need to have the North American. But we're
Be a
huge.
big brand.
We love it here. We need something over here that's just as big as East versus West, just as big as King of the Table, right? If
Yeah.
WL is what it is, I mean, Matt, Devon, everyone from Canada that's been pulling has been waiting for. That was their mainstream of
Well,
arm wrestling income for the past.
There's that
years.
Mac league starting up too, and you know
That'd
what?
be fun.
It's
Yep.
We got to get Ian on here to tell us about his table.
I did. You know what? It was so close. I have to talk to him ahead of time, so we have to plan it. We'll get him on.
Yeah,
I
we'll
won't-
plan a day with him.
I talked to him the other day, and yeah, like we'll get him on because he's got so much stuff coming down the pipes. It'd be good to hear what.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it because I don't know what, you know what I mean. So
Yeah. I want to touch on one more thing with you guys though, and
Yeah.
then I'm probably going to get ready to wrap up soon.
yeah.
But one thing I wanted to talk about is in the future, because I'll kind of give my backstory reasoning to this, but I feel like Devon is really good at holding entertainment value while being the best. And he brings that together really well.
Yeah.
So do you think that when Devon starts maybe not declining, but maybe when he steps back and
He's
starts
not.
giving up these titles, or maybe training Auden and focusing on that really tough or whatever he decides to do, do you think we're going to see a big split in between entertainment arm wrestlers and these really, really good arm wrestlers like the caliber?
I
Because,
think
like,
people,
let's be honest, we love the sport. We'll watch like the Morozov, the Levan, the Gennady, the Ungerbayev, the whatnot, because we respect it and we know
yeah,
what it takes.
I know
But
what you're saying. I know what you're getting at.
there's a lot of people who only tune into Devon matches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And
I think
think,
I think we can fill the void. I think it'll give people an opportunity to try to fill the void. I mean, I watched Jeff Hale. I watched that guy. That guy's I thought he was a weirdo at first, but I ended up getting entertained, and I watched all. And even though he's not Devon, he's not, but if I see a Jeff Hale clip I haven't seen, I click on it. Right, that guy was entertaining. Right,
but here's the thing for me.
yeah,
That that is good, but
a
that goes in
niche.
the entertainment side.
I like both. I like the entertainment and the professional side. So
Yes.
you know
I
what I mean?
think what'll happen is you're gonna have kind of what you're saying. You'll have the two, but you're always gonna have that overlap of some guy who is the best that also likes to showboat and have a good time. You're gonna have overlap, but I think it will kind of separate more to what you're saying, more of an
This,
entertainment value, just like WWE and UFC. I know
yeah,
it's a weird comparison there because one's
yeah.
completely
But there's people that like both. Yeah.
the factor exactly. One is meant for purely entertainment, purely that's it, and the other one is entertainment and professional ranking, and it gives you a knowledge. This guy is we know this guy's better than this guy. Skill wise, you can't say that in WWE. It's also what I mean.
Yeah.
It's a different thing, but
You get a
I
little
could
bit
see.
of crossover now, though. Look at Sean Strickland.
Well,
Right?
exactly.
People want, you know what? I said he was. I always thought he was awesome. I thought he was from the day he came out. I'm like, this guy's on. He's got a weird style. I like it. He's gonna be awkward for guys. I thought he was
Yeah.
really good, but it didn't. He had to say all this crazy shit. Now everyone's like, "Oh, Sean Strickland's the best." I'm like,
Yeah.
what about when I said he was the best, and you guys said, "Oh, who the hell's he?" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you know what I mean? So I think you're getting that. And I think if the WAL and these other leagues do come up in North America, they're going to create those personas, those personalities. And WAL was the best at it. They did, like you said, they did a little pre thing on the person, right? And they would,
You got invested into each puller a little
yeah,
bit. It wasn't a lot. It was
everybody.
enough that
Yeah,
you
like
wanted
Godzilla. He'd be like,
to.
oh, you know what I mean? And it was like, they had 10,000 cash on the table. That enough's entertaining. And then they got ring girls and with their boobs sticking out and everything. It was like, but that's the kind of stuff though.
It was based around entertainment first.
Entertainment
Yeah.
first. And I mean, their crowds, I mean, I heard that they were like paid crowds and stuff, but who cares? It was fun. You didn't know the
You don't
difference.
gotta. You wouldn't have to
Well,
now. I can
it wasn't
guarantee
always
you.
paid though, because
No, it
my
wasn't
dad,
always. Yeah, it was a
my
mix.
dad was at a few, and like he used
Yeah,
to start
yeah.
watching, and having fun.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then Sean said, "I think the world is almost ready for a Game of Arms like show to happen again."
I think so too. I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah. Yeah. And that was big because how many people found arm wrestling through Game Arms? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot. I've talked to a lot of people that said I didn't even know until I see Game Arms, right? So I mean, I think those are
Yeah.
good questions. And I think these are ones that people should talk about. And I think when it comes to promoting and stuff, we have to think about those things. Like even with me, with that obviously the events are going to start flowing. I want to keep doing them. I'm looking at super match events and finding ways to make it hype, like I want to do walkout music, smoke, maybe, light show, friggin', I want to do that too, right? And then
Yeah,
guys
sure.
can, start bringing in their personalities and stuff, right? I mean, another thing is too, people got to just be themselves because you know what? The most entertaining shit is when people just are themselves.
Genuine.
Genuine, yeah. Like
People,
get hyper, get crazy, but do it within your own realm. Like, you know what I mean? Like be yourself.
I think the
You
big
know?
thing for a lot of people is like people appreciate someone that they can relate to.
Yeah. I know
And
that.
when you're
That's what
yourself, it's relatable,
yeah. Yeah.
right? So
I'm super excited for the future of arm wrestling in Canada and North America, the world. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think it's only going to go better and bigger, and hopefully not too restrictive. I guess is the word.
I think we just got to stay away from the red tape and stuff like that because, and that's the thing being in Canada, right? Like we have to watch Just, you know what, just keep everything the same. Don't try to make committees, ethic committees and crap like
No,
that.
and don't say, "Oh,
And
you're pulling. You pull here, you can't pull in this one."
yeah,
Now,
don't do that either. You know, there's some shit like that that goes on in
every
Alberta.
puller has the right to pull wherever they want, whenever they
Yeah.
want. That's the puller's right.
Yeah. And
That shouldn't be a question. I mean,
yeah, and you know what? If two people don't get along, like listen, I like 99.9% of every armor. I don't have any beefs really. I have a couple, but I ain't gonna,
I can name a few.
yeah, I ain't gonna limit. I'm not gonna limit anything. And not only that, you know what? Just because I don't like the person, it doesn't, I still want their event to do good. I don't blame anybody for going. Like, don't put up divides and stuff. You know what I
That's
mean?
the big thing, right? It's
Yeah,
like you don't have to agree with everything, but you have to
no,
accept that it's part of the sport.
yeah, exactly the right that you have to throw your event and have your opinion the same as them to throw their
that's
event and
right.
have their. And if you don't like their event, you went, you don't like it,
That's
improve,
right.
make your own, or tell people, what could be improved in other events, or don't go back
Yeah,
to their event, really not a fan type of thing. That's the
exactly.
good thing, like we were saying on the other podcast,
Mhm.
options are not a bad thing, really.
No, they're good. And not only that, you know what? I give anybody credit that's willing to do something for arm wrestling, whether I like them or don't like them. You know what? I commend them. You know what? They're doing something to help the sport. They're doing venues. They're doing whatever. They're doing, and they're just helping in any way in arm wrestling. I don't give a shit about personalities. You know what? I promote that person. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, for
even
sure.
sometimes I know I get mad. You know, you've heard me get mad and stuff, but it's, you know, overall, though, I don't wish any ill will on anybody, even the people I don't like in the sport. You know what I mean? I want to
Yeah,
see them
for sure.
succeed, right? So, yeah. Well,
John commented a zebra and a monkey emoji.
what's that mean?
I don't know.
Maybe
Some
I don't know.
weird interbred thing.
Maybe
I
it's supposed
think
to be a
maybe the
donkey.
zebra means refs.
Oh, okay,
So
I got.
refs and monkey.
Oh, the refs.
Okay,
I like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I like that. Okay.
yeah. I seen Perry put my picture up on the post. I was pretty happy.
Yeah, that's
I want a
awesome.
round. I want to get a round picture though. I gotta get a better one that looks the same.
Sure.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah,
be sweet.
yeah. So okay, well, I guess that's gonna be it. We're getting all ready for Hinton,
Yeah.
and you're ready.
Me?
You're not going, are you, Zach? Or can you make this one? Or
I won't be able to make because I have to work Saturday. So I was
oh,
trying to find a way I can get there just Friday, but I don't think anyone's going down Friday and coming back Friday night. So
Yeah, unfortunately I'm staying the night or else I would have brought him with me.
I think most people are too. So it's
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's too.
But yeah, I'm ready.
There'll be a
I
live
mean,
stream.
yeah.
I
I'll do the live stream for sure.
yeah, fully clothed today. I just jumped on the scale and I was
You
like,
stop pulling. You're not pulling now, right? Practice.
me?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I didn't even pull. I didn't even touch my right at practice. I didn't
I
even.
pulled a
I did.
practice, but that gave me like almost a week, and I don't need more than 3 days to be 100%.
Yeah. Well, I've been dealing with this back injury, right? So I've
Yeah.
been just massage gunning it every day and just like not even. I did blood flow Monday, but now I'm just letting it. I got to at least get through the day Saturday. So I'm only pulling one class and I'm reffing. So
I'm doing blood flow work right now. Like you can't see it, but I have like a band on my
the
foot
band, yeah, I do that
here
all
and
the
there, and
time.
then
I normally do.
I like I got a couple pounds to lose. Not a big
What are you
deal.
weighing in at? You said?
Fully clothed, I jumped on the scale. I was 197 and a half.
Okay. That's good.
So
So
I
you're
don't
pulling
think
right
there's
and
a
left, and
yeah.
then you're gonna do just your class. You're not pulling up a class too.
I'm debating. I might. Well, here's the thing, man. My class is crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. You're going in a real tough class.
Sean said, Brian, do more.
Do more. What do we
I think
want?
he needs more training.
I know, but I gotta just
Contract
heal for
baths.
Saturday. Oh, constant baths. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, for sure.
So,
I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I'm doing
but
that. No, I'm doing more. I'm doing like I've done some light blood flow. I've been doing I haven't done the contrast baths, but I've been doing hot tub and soaking my arm in ice water and I'm massaging and yeah. And then hopefully after this weekend I can get I'm gonna spend about 2 to 3 months on fully healing my brachials. So this
Get it.
summer I plan on being a beast this summer. So
Yeah.
sweet.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got like I think you can strip down for this one. There's no clothing allowance, but like I'm pretty sure at morning weight I'll be 195.
Yeah.
But I just got one more day to kind of get through, and then the sucky thing is you weigh in at like night on the Friday, so I'll
I'm hoping
probably
to get there early enough to do it.
I'm gonna try and weigh in as soon as I can. Like if I see Kathy at 5, I'll be like, "Can I weigh in at 5?" Like kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just
We should be able to.
How long of a
Yeah.
drive is it from where you are?
well, I got an appointment in Devon, so right from there, I'm just gonna hop on to I think it's 16
Hmm.
and take that straight to Hinton, and um, I think it's at 2 hours and 54 minutes.
Okay. I think I'm like 5.5 hours from here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and get there around 3 p.m. I think my dad's gonna meet me for food. Whenever I can weigh in, we'll go get some food and then we'll be there for all the matches.
That's
And
what I
then
want to do. I don't want to miss them.
yeah.
I don't
And
know.
then
I don't think they need me refing Friday night, but I'll still
yeah.
be there anyway.
And then after that, I will sleep, wake up, have a nice breakfast. I'll be probably meet up with some of the fellows, probably meet up with Sean or something. So you guys something.
I'll be
And
looking
then
for you guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
get
Oh,
a
yeah.
nice breakfast, go there early. But like dude, Mason's in my class, Scott DeRossi's in my class, Dan Gallo's in my class. That
Dan's got a
yeah,
super match though, right?
pardon?
He's got a super match, right? With Steph.
Yeah,
Right?
lefty though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Um, Jesse Harrow's gonna be there. I'm in that class. Um,
That'll be a good one.
That's a tough
I
class.
don't know if Ty like I know Ty's pulling for the one title, but
225 though.
I know he weighs under 195 right now.
Does he?
So I don't know if they're gonna let him pull in that or whatnot. But like if he's in there,
Ooh.
is Victor coming?
No, I don't think so.
He's going East versus West, hey?
He's gonna try to make East versus West.
Yeah, okay.
His work is. He just said that. No offense to anybody, but his work's been really busy lately. So
Yeah, fair enough. And
he's
then
building up again now too. So.
I mean a lot of the BC club guys are coming down. I'm sure they're like 161 to 195 is I'd say a popular range.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're better off. I think you're better off in the 225 class. but no, you're good. You're
Well,
good.
it's 191 to is it 191 to
I don't know.
220?
The weights are a little different. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I might see how many people are in the 225s and see what kind of group of people's in there, and maybe I'll
Yeah.
pull right arm both,
Yeah.
see what happens. Or if I have a breeze with the left arm or something, like, like not that I'm gonna, but let's say I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Let's say I get whooped or something and I want to pull
Mhm.
some more, then I might
Yeah.
have
You
to
still
pull
got a
more.
good amount left in it.
Yeah, but we'll see. And I want to make 195 for this just because I want to pull these guys and I want to gauge where I'm at. Um,
100%.
going forward, like it's not my favorite thing to do. So I'm definitely gonna. Here's the thing for me though, like if I eat as much as I want, I'm like,
Yeah, you could easily be back up.
I've seen you like 208, 209 before,
yeah.
man.
But here's the thing though, at 208, like I'm strong, but like I'm not 225 strong.
No, and yeah, you're maybe a couple percent stronger, maybe than that 197 or whatever.
Well, it's 198, right? Like
Yeah,
198's not a hard cut for me. Like I literally just eat a salad instead of a
Well,
McDouble.
I think you
Fine.
might be surprised. You know what? You're like we haven't gripped up in like a month, but I mean, we just slow pull, but I can still feel your hand and arm has gotten
his
strong.
hand control is like his
His
angles are
hand,
getting.
yeah, like I feel like if I was any lighter and weaker, I wouldn't be able to control your hand. Like,
Well, I know Pete was quite surprised at
mhm.
my hand control.
Yeah,
Um, with that being said, like I'm going in there planning to smoke everybody. Like
yeah, that's what
I
you gotta do.
I
That's
want
always
to
the
I
plan.
want to I'd love to get a win over Dan Gallo in the belt. That's one I would love to have.
Do you think
Last
Kelly
time,
Leach will be there?
pardon?
Do
No,
you think Kelly Leach will be there?
I don't think so.
I don't know,
I
man.
think they're coming to our event, my event.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
I'd
fair.
I'd love to get a win
They might
over
though. Mhm.
Scott or Jesse Harrell. Last time I pulled both those guys, they beat me, and I think the gap was closed tremendously.
I don't know. I see you and Scott being close.
Yeah,
Jesse pulls different. Like I don't know how you. I think you can get his hand. I think if you got his hand, you can control him.
it'd be
I
fun.
wouldn't dive into the hook with him, but
Oh, he's strong there. Yeah.
Good for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think the gap's closed, right? And I think,
Yeah.
I mean, with Mason, dude, I have a few things I want to try. Like, he's good, and I can't like disrespect him or anything and be like, oh, I'm gonna go whoop him or anything.
Well, you
But like,
figure you know what he's gonna do.
I know what he's gonna do, and I have a few things I want to try. And if I lose to him, then I say, damn, I lost to the world champ of IFA, and I
Yeah.
go on with my life,
Yeah.
right?
You might surprise yourself. Yeah. You know what? You just keep doing what
And
you're good at.
the best part about that match is there's no pressure on me.
no.
There's no pressure on
If
you.
I lose, I was supposed to lose.
Yeah. And that's a stacked class. I mean, like who knows
Yeah.
the outcome of that class? I don't even know. Like,
If I medal in that class, I will be super
he's
happy with my
yeah.
progress. Sean said, forget about Jesse and Scott. Aim for smashing Mason.
Yeah. No, he's right.
Oh,
right.
100%. But I brought those guys up mainly because like last time I pulled them, they beat me. And I like to
They're strong.
like it was the same with Blair Wetzel. When I pulled Blair a year and a half ago in Saskatchewan, he smoked me. And then I pulled him in that super match and I whooped him 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
Your hand control was so good.
Yeah.
We slow pulled in the hook after, and it was strong in there, but like in actual match, he had nothing for me.
Yeah.
Pete, I never pulled Pete, but he's a big guy. He's got a lot of weight on me. He's been pulling forever. Well-known guy. I saw the opportunity. I took it. I managed to win right-handed.
You did
It was a
good.
really big confidence boost for me because I know if I'm pulling against these guys who can do well or medal in the big classes, then I'm starting to get to that point where I can talk about pulling some of the better guys in my weight classes, right?
I think he got like in their provincials. I think he was second or first. Pete was.
Left-handed, I know he won Masters.
Yeah.
I'm
But
not
in the
sure
right, I think he was
how he
second.
did right-handed or anything, but I know he's up there. Like if you say Pete Durning to the arm wrestling community in BC, they're like they know him, right? So
they call him Pistol Pete. He just hits like, but his left is crazy. I mean, yeah,
dude, his left is good, man.
Oh yeah.
My left wasn't 100, and like I'm not making excuses.
No.
If my left was 100, he would have beat me 100%.
But I know what you mean though.
Like I was very surprised. Yeah.
Yeah. I felt that you could beat him on the right.
Yeah.
You did, and you beat him. So
yeah. I told my dad, I'm like, I'm really putting it all into the right hand on this one because I was training really hard and I was like, I think I can beat him. Like, yeah.
That was good to watch live.
I don't even know what my class is going to be like. I joined Masters thinking it was going to be easier, and then I can, by summer this year, I'd be ready to, start going just pros. But you know what? Masters is crazy. I got like Darren's been competing Masters, Josh Bellin, and I got Herman again this year. I'm sure I got, just like everybody from the pulls Masters is no different than the pros. So I don't know who's going to show up. It depends on who shows up, how I do this weekend, basically. If I pull Josh, well, yeah, I'm not ready for Josh. Josh is going to kill me, right?
Yeah.
If Darren Matthews shows up, I'm pretty sure he's still too strong for me.
Dude, he's crazy.
Yeah.
His hand is because his hand is so fat. It's like gripping myself, but bigger.
Dude,
and it sucks.
He almost pulls a bit like
it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. So he takes away my advantage, gets gobbled up by his because it's more, right? So,
dude, yeah.
I
really like Darren. So,
he's such a nice guy.
Yeah,
my wrist kicks back like this when I grip Darren. Like
to
just grab his hand, my wrist is like this.
Yeah,
everybody does, man.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like,
he's nuts.
So, depending on who's in Masters, will depend if I place or not. Really.
Yeah.
If I get one or two of them, I might have a chance to get a third or a second. But if I get everybody just goes Masters and Pro, well then I'm just going to try to get a couple pins, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's what tournaments are for, is learning, getting some pins.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I'm just looking forward to seeing the guys, and I get to ref a good
The
experience.
after pull is always, I mean,
Yeah.
that's one
I
of
was
the
busted up last year on the after pull though again. Like I don't even get to enjoy the after pull because I'm usually my arms toasted by
You're
the time.
crying in
pulling
the
Josh
corner.
Bellin. Yeah,
Crying,
that's
yeah, I'm
hard.
crying, yeah. Usually
Oh my
every
God.
time, yeah. No,
Funny.
so well, okay, guys. Well, it was a good talk tonight.
Yeah, good live.
Yeah.
Let me know when you can get Ian on or whatnot.
Yeah, I'll talk to him ahead, and then what we'll do is we'll just try to set a day so I can tell him because I can't just randomly get him on. I don't think,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I'll send you my schedule and whatnot. Like obviously I'm going to
Mhm.
Dubai here soon.
Yeah, I'm thinking after
Sunday,
that.
Monday. If you could do Sunday, Monday,
Mhm.
I could squeeze one in before.
Okay.
But if not, then we'll have to figure something out.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking listen, I'm gonna be tied up with this my own event, me and Ronnie. Well, our event's on the 24th when you're in Dubai.
Yeah.
So what and I have a good feeling, you know what we'll do is we'll get through the next week and a half and then we'll start things will settle down, we'll start scheduling stuff.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Well, Sean, thanks for tuning
Yeah,
in,
thanks for
man.
Yeah,
watching.
thanks for
We
tuning in,
appreciate
Sean,
the
everyone else.
comments. Good luck on your super match, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
We'll
Good luck
bang.
to all the
I'll be rooting
pullers.
for you.
It'll be awesome. Red Deer representing Sean, Matt. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Okay, guys.
How do you end